This is Garrett Fry, the construction site sequence lead for 3D digital map painting, and we're looking at shot 857. So let's go ahead and play that. Starts out on the left and pans over to the right. And so for this shot, we have this big open area right here in the bottom that we're going to want to be putting construction material into, and then we have little select areas that we can put them in out through there. So when you are putting things into this shot, you want to make sure that you're kind of telling a little bit of story and you're laying it out in a way that has a bit of logical sense to it. And so with this ground area, you could do something like put in some big ground moving, machinery there, and then maybe some piles of dirt and things like that. That would make it feel like this is an appropriate place for that. Also, like if you are going to be putting in like the dirt moving equipment, you can put tracks in the dirt to kind of say, hey, this is where it's kind of come from, and then little mounds of dirt, and then construction cones or something like that to kind of say, hey, this is an area that is being dug out right now and not everybody's allowed to go back there. That might be an example of some kind of vignette, a little story of why you're putting elements in there, and just go through the library and see kind of like how things are placed and why they're placed, and that will kind of give you some inspiration on how to lay these out. So on this shot, the lighting direction is coming from about this angle right here. So we're kind of seeing everything pretty straight on as far as the lighting. So when you do put things in to the ground, you need to make sure that you're getting little bits of shadows. So you can see through here, some of these don't have little contact shadows, but like you see a little snippet right there, and you see a little thing right there, and this guy has a little tiny shadow, and that has a little shadow. So that's kind of a nice thing to do, is that if something's sitting on the ground, if it's not sitting all the way in the ground and it's sitting on top of the ground, then it's going to have just that little bit of shadow that we see on the bottoms of these rocks over here, these pieces of stone. So make sure you're getting in that shadow and you're getting in your highlights and your shadows to being the right color, and that you're putting in some specular qualities to things. You can kind of see through here, some of these rocks have these little tiny specular kicks on things. That really adds to the realism of the shot and will make it really kind of come alive. Before you jump into your shot, it's a good idea to review the library of construction site materials. Do a bunch of quick matte painting tests by dragging photos into your shot and doing quick integrations. You will soon be able to discern the appropriate reference you should use for your shot.